Stop. Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we have another mock driving test. Before we get started, any of you that need help and want to save time and money on driving lessons, check out this video for the ultimate driving course.
Hooray! So this course really filled my knowledge gaps and I became more confident.
After watching some of the videos on the course, I felt really comfortable with the extra knowledge.
Before I passed my driving test, I was really nervous. It really helped me have more confidence, and I would take what I learned during the course into my lessons and really aid that.
The videos obviously help you because you're going into that lesson knowing exactly what you're going to do, and just having that knowledge just makes that lesson faster and you feel a lot better.
38 easy to understand, precise videos covering every single topic required to pass the driving test. These are not just theory based, they are practical videos demonstrating everything from moving off and stopping a vehicle to all of the maneuvers and every other module required. So if you're lacking knowledge, or maybe your instructor has forgotten to cover something, or you're just not grasping a certain topic, then this course has it covered. You can watch the videos before your driving lessons, which means you'll get into the car knowing exactly what to do. This will definitely save you time on your lessons. Okay, so today we have Rafel. So Rafel, could you tell us a bit about your driving?
I've been driving for quite a while now.
Okay.
I've got my test in 2 weeks' time.
Cool. And
I just want to know what stage I'm at when it comes to the mock.
Cool. So guys, those of you who are watching for the first time, Rafel hasn't had any driving lesson with me. I'm meeting him here for the first time, and yeah, like you just said, he wants me to assess his driving and find out if you're ready for your test, which you got coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So before we get started, I need Rafel to do me a favour. So any of you who are regular viewers know I've just launched some driving footwear, and to be honest, in the first few mock tests now that I'll be doing, I'm going to give a pair to the learners so I can get their honest opinion on how they feel the footwear is. So, would you do that?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Cool, that's why actually your shoe size earlier, yeah. So, here you go. So, these come in. These come in white.
Oh, that's a nice colour.
And they come in black as well. So I've got a black pair as well, yeah. And you can decide which ones you want. So basically, the sole is designed so it's a rounded heel and it's got a soft forefoot, so it gives you a good feel on the pedals. Yeah. So what kind of footwear are you wearing now?
Air Forces.
Okay. they're quite thick, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, which ones? Have a look at the black ones as well. Grab that for me a second. So, which ones do you prefer, the white or the black?
White.
Cool. Gonna pop down for us.
They're nice and thin though, so.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you've seen the videos before, yeah?
I've seen a couple.
Cool. Any faults you make, we won't talk about them during the test. We'll talk about them at the end. And for you guys watching, any faults that Rafel does make, I'll talk you through them just before they happen. So yeah, we won't be following the sat nav today. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be doing following direction signs. So the examiner can make you do either. Yeah. Most common is the sat nav, but sometimes it can make you follow the signs. So have you been through the show me, tell me questions yet?
No, I didn't go through them yet.
Make sure you do go through them, yeah, with your instructor, yeah? Okay, cool. So whenever you're ready, if you could move off for me, please. And obviously Rafel hasn't driven this car before, but he has been taking his lessons in this area, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you're going to be familiar with the area. So whenever you're ready, if you could move off for me, please. And at the end of the road, if you could turn right. This is a closed junction, which means our view is quite restricted. Rafel carries out good observations before emerging out. How does the footwear feel?
Pretty good, yeah. The sole is nice and thin.
During the driving test, the examiner will ask you to park up and then move off around 3 times. When parking up, they will check in to see if you're using the MSM routine correctly and parking in a safe place. Rafel does this well.
And if you could park up anywhere safe on the left.
Okay.
Thank you. And move off when you're ready, please.
And when moving off, the examiner will be checking your observations and judgment of traffic behind. Again, Rafel observes well. Ideally, the handbrake should be released just before moving off. This will allow you to have your right foot ready on the accelerator and move off promptly. As you'll see, Rafel isn't a big fan of using the handbrake. This doesn't matter too much as long as you keep good control of the vehicle. When moving off at these lights, Rafel didn't use the handbrake and does roll back slightly. At this roundabout, he approaches well and shows good lane discipline. The dual carriageway is clear, so Rafel should build up speed and aim for the speed limit. He builds up speed well.
And now if you could follow signs to Cosley.
Rafel approaches and enters this roundabout well. We are taking the third exit, so now at this point, when level with the second exit, Rafel should check the centre and left mirrors and then signal left. He does this a bit late. Timing is key, because if you signal too late, other road users may think you're continuing around to the following exit and may start to overtake. This isn't a fault, but is something that could lead to problems. Here now, as Rafel changes gear, he steers too close to the curb and touches it. I'm just hoping he hasn't damaged my tyre. Now the road widens and splits into 2 lanes. Rafel should keep the normal driving position to the left but drift slightly to the right. And this is why you should check the side mirrors when moving off in traffic. And here I've just noticed that my pen has leaked. This is a first.
Oh, pen just leaked everywhere.
Ahead there is a lorry blocking our path. Rafel should have held back and positioned towards the right to get the best possible view. But he gets too close. Luckily there was no oncoming traffic.
Should I go around him or?
Your call.
Here is the fault that failed Rafel. As we reach this roundabout, there is no one approaching from our right, so it's totally safe to enter. But Rafel stops for vehicles that are entering the roundabout from our left. We had priority over these vehicles, so there was no need to stop.
Is it near?
Yeah, yeah.
This is a spiral mark roundabout, which can be quite tricky. Rafel looks out for the markings and positions really well. Now we are entering a car park in which I'll ask Rafel to do the forward bay parking maneuver.
And if you could park forwards into any bay on the right here now, please.
Before slowing down to carry out the maneuver, it's important to check the mirrors and signal if necessary. But Rafel doesn't do this. Luckily there was nobody behind, otherwise this could have become a serious driving fault.
Okay.
He finishes up in a good position in between the bay lines.
What should we fucking see in that window?
Okay, done.
Yep, should be
Right.
fine.
If you could reverse back out, please.
Before reversing, it's important to check all around, including out of the back window. Rafel does most of the checks, but doesn't look out the back window.
Shortly we're going to carry out the emergency stop now, yeah?
Now I've just told Rafel that we will be doing an emergency stop. He does say that he hasn't done this before, but of course that doesn't stop me from asking him to carry it out. Instead, you'll notice me smiling because I know this is going to be interesting, by which I mean there will be faults.
Well, I've actually done that.
He actually stops quite well. After stopping, he should have used the handbrake, but that wasn't the serious fault. The serious fault was for observations. Before moving off after an emergency stop, you should check both shoulders. He doesn't do these checks. Stop! Go. And move off when you're ready, please.
Earlier on, we saw Rafel position incorrectly and hesitate when there was a lorry parked ahead. We have a similar kind of situation, but this time he deals with it really well.
And if you can park up on the left.
Now we're back at the test centre and let's find out what Rafel thought about his driving. And switch off the engine, please, Rafel. Thank you. So, that's the end of the test. How do you think you did?
Not bad. Well,
that's fine, you can take the key out.
Yeah.
Just take the key out for me. And just pop it there.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
No?
No,
No
I'm
idea
not
whether you passed or failed?
No.
Okay.
I reckon it's on the fail side.
Any idea what fault he was on the fail side?
Yeah.
Just like, there's a lot of good stuff to your driving, and I thought you were gonna pass, to be honest. But then we came to that little roundabout,
Oh no.
and
No,
you
no.
were a bit confused there. Yeah. All your other roundabouts was good. There was no hesitation. You got to that roundabout, and you kept waiting for first the lorry that was coming from. So you know when you approach a roundabout, yeah. Who do you have to wait for? Vehicles approaching from which side? The left or the right when you approach a roundabout?
Right.
Yeah. And you started waiting for the vehicles from the left. You had priority over them.
Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. There was no one coming from the right, and you could have just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you stopped, so that lorry took advantage, and the vehicle after the lorry took advantage as well. Yeah. So that would be a serious. Obviously, some people watching will say, "Oh, I know you're trying to be maybe safe." Yeah. But you've got to show that you know where you have priority, and if it's safe, you should continue. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was that was your main fault, really. It's a shame just for that. With the emergency stop, you did make a serious fault on that, yeah. But
Did I?
you hadn't done it before.
I didn't know.
So the way you did the braking was quite good, yeah. And it doesn't matter if you stall, yeah. It doesn't matter if your clutch is down a bit late. It's all about the braking, how you react, yeah. Okay. You want to the way you did the braking was good, yeah. It was quite prompt, and you stopped suddenly, which was good. But then after that, you need to secure the car, which you didn't do.
Okay.
So handbrake, neutral, and then when you move off, yeah, you've got to check, because we're in the middle of the road. You've got to check both shoulders, and you didn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's for the observations there after the emergency stop. That was all. Okay. So those are two serious faults. That one time when you touched the curb, if our speed was any higher, that could have been a serious fault. Yeah. You know, when you're looking to change your gear and you hit the curb. Yeah. And apart from that, the other thing I would say is when you're waiting somewhere, especially on a hill, use your handbrake.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't like using the handbrake much, do you?
No.
Okay.
And
And
my clutch control.
yeah, which isn't bad, but on that hill you did roll back a bit. Yeah. And side mirrors in general, remember that one time when the motorbike overtook us, you know, when you're moving off in traffic, yeah, so make sure you're checking those mirrors just before moving off. Okay. At one point you had your left signal on, and finally let's talk about the maneuver was really good, how you positioned inside the bay. Again, just lacking a few observations. You know, when I asked you to park anywhere on the right, yeah, what's the first thing you should do?
Check all the mirrors. And
Yeah, just check your mirrors, yeah, and signal, yeah. But the main thing was check your mirrors. You didn't need to signal because nobody was behind, yeah. But you didn't check if anybody was directly behind you. What if there was somebody behind? Yeah, if there was somebody behind, you would have fell for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but lucky for you, there was no one behind. Yeah. So yeah, just remember your mirrors, signal, and then do the maneuver part. But the way you ended up in the bay was really good. And before reversing, when I asked you to reverse, where should you look? You know, when I asked you to reverse at the bay, yeah, you only looked over there. You need to check all around at the back screen.
Did I not check this side?
No, you didn't check the back, the back window especially. Yeah, you need to turn around. See, you need to turn your head around a lot more than that. It's got to be all the way around, yeah. Okay. So just brush up on your observations. See, you're going to go through the emergency stop with your instructor.
Yeah.
A lot of instructors do leave that to like a couple of weeks before the test, yeah. So obviously you still got those couple of weeks. I'm sure your instructor will cover that. And apart from that, we just start, like I said, the roundabout hesitation, which he showed me on the other roundabouts. It was quite good,
fine, wasn't it?
Yeah. So make sure you're 100% sure which exit you're going to take. You know, when you enter a roundabout. If you're not sure, even when you're following the sign, just ask, say, is it the third exit? So as soon as you get to the exit before yours, so if you're taking the third, as soon as you get to the second one, start your mirrors early and your signal.
Okay.
Sometimes you're leaving it a little bit late, that's all. Yeah, and then somebody could start overtaking. But in general, your lane change on dual carriages is really good. You're in a couple of situations where we had to get into the right-hand lane and there were cars coming quite fast. You didn't take any risk, yeah, which was good. And you waited for it to be safe. Okay? But well done. I've no doubt. I think you should pass your actual driving test, which is in a couple of weeks, quite easily. Okay.
Hopefully.
Sorry. How did you find the shoes?
I think they're good, especially for like new drivers.
Yeah, it's the first time you wore them.
Yeah, because I remember the first time I was driving,
Yeah.
like, I didn't know what shoes to wear, and I had to change them a couple of times because of the sole.
Yeah.
This one's nice and thin, and you can actually feel.
But now that you're experienced, you could probably drive in anything really.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so Rafel, thank you very much for doing the mock test, and thanks a lot for obviously allowing us to film and upload this year. Okay, and guys, like always, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.